When I got divorced, I had money sitting in my account and I thought I was being smart. I wasn't. I burned through a lot of it because I didn't have a strategy. And I don't want other single moms to make the same mistake. I'm Janae, I'm a single mom, and I identify myself as an entrepreneur. I'm in finance, I have my own brand of tea on Amazon. I've done a little bit of everything. Before becoming a mom, I was a hairstylist and an esthetician. But once I became a single mom, I hadn't worked in the industry in probably like 7 years. And I knew I didn't want to go back into something where my time was tied to the amount of time that I was there. But I felt anxious. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. And so I was kind of trying everything. And this is where I said thought I was being smart with my money. I was putting it in places where I was investing and I was trying different business ventures. And I'm not gonna lie, not all of my investments have been the best. Some have paid out okay, but they're not like something I'm excited about. The best investments have been in myself, not investing in other companies. I'm not gonna lie, going through this process, I have doubted myself several times. But the more I become educated on money and business and relationships, the easier it's been. Talking in terms of money, the more educated I've been, the more I wish I could run into my past and tell myself exactly what to do and where I should have put my money and where it could have grown and actually worked for me. But instead I've had some expensive lessons, and I wish I can reach the single moms that are starting into this life that actually either didn't get something in their divorce, or maybe they got something and they have no idea what to do with it. I'm like, I want to find them and tell them exactly where they can put their money and what it's going to do. That was the advice when I got divorced, was where not to put my money and what not to do with it, but not very many people could explain exactly what to do. So people would give me vague advice and I just wouldn't understand exactly what to do, and I'd freeze and I just would let it sit in my checking account. I had no protection for my kids if something happened. I had nothing set up for retirement. Now I have all those things and it gives me a little bit of peace of mind. Since then, I've talked to hundreds of single moms on my social media accounts, and very few have any kind of plan. They don't have any kind of protection for future, any protection for loss, any protection if something happens to them, something for their kids. And it's a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, it doesn't even have to do with single moms. It's like the majority of people are not planned for their future. They think Social Security is gonna pay for everything and they're gonna be just fine. I know that I don't wanna just live off of Social Security. I want to have a very nice retirement. So I've realized that money without a plan disappears quickly. And I know strategy is so much more important than hustling, because you can sit there and hustle and live check to check and money can disappear really quick. But if you have a strategy behind where you put your money and having it work for you, it's going to give you so much more security and safety. And most of us single moms, we are in survival mode. We operate in survival mode because we've never lived this single life. A lot of us weren't the breadwinner. And so now this is all new territory, and we're trying to figure out a new career, also taking care of the house and the kids and doing it all. If you're rebuilding financially after divorce, the goal isn't just to make more money. It's to create stability first, income second, and growth third. If you ever want me to break down how I think about financial rebuilding, I'll keep sharing that here.